Welcome to the Newbold family gaming room with all mod cons and not so mod cons. It's just been brought up bang up to date, well, as bang as we ever are, with a Xbox and an Xbox Kinnect system that we've been sent as part of the the Control, Collaborate and Create campaign. Our gaming experience has evolved somewhat from a classic tabletop console to a Wii console and now to the Xbox with the Kinnect system. The arcade classic machine has got about 2,000 games on it, ranging from Pac-Man, Galaxian, and some games like Double Dragon. And it's something I was keen to introduce my son to, who's now 8, but introduced to him from quite a young age, and there were quite a few games on there which are very family friendly, like Track and Field, Pac-Man I already mentioned, Galaxian's fine, 1941, and some other Donkey Kong, etc. But there were some other games that I found a bit questionable, as in Double Dragon, where you could fight and actually could pick up a knife, and I always thought this is a bit dodgy ground, but I couldn't actually, apart from physically switching the machine off and stopping him, there was no way of me selecting that game and saying, well, right, this isn't right for him. However, with the more modern consoles today, like the Xbox, you can control what your family is playing really at the touch of a button. So I'm just going to have a crack at not breaking the controller of the Xbox, but have a go at installing some control elements to our new Xbox console. So we just switch it on, scoot through the top menu, home, social, which is all our icons, avatars, games, TV and movies, music, apps, and settings is where I want to be, I think. Then that gives me the options of system, profile, preferences, the Kinnect, turning this off, or family. So currently I've got the settings for family off. And if I just switch that to on, it gives me a range of options I can go through. So I can go through the ratings and content, look at game ratings, what games do I want to block. I can go right down to the PGI 3, PGI 7, 12, 16 and 18. Select which settings I would feel most appropriate. The same again for movie ratings, which is currently set to 15. Explicit content's blocked, unrated content's blocked. And then I can put gaming exceptions in, so if I wasn't convinced that a game was unplayable because of its rating, I could stick it in that category. One of the interesting points on here, I think, is for us will be the family timer. Not that I think I would, at Max's age of 8, I think I'm able to control the amount of gaming he does. He's not keen on playing on his own, so I pretty much know how much he's gaming because I'm gaming with him. But you can find yourself losing time to it. We were playing Batman 2, Lego Batman 2 recently on the Wii, which is that box there, and we'd managed to complete the game once, and then Max managed to wipe the memory of the Wii for whatever reason, pressing the wrong button. So I was trying to get through the game pretty quickly, and you get lost in it, and I was finding myself, tea was almost burnt while I was playing the game. So I think a family timer for us would be quite good to almost show me how much I've played, rather than actually limiting the amount of time we're playing. But obviously it would be a good feature to have if I got a bigger household with more kids that were more willing to play the games on their own. Again, there's Xbox Live access that can be allowed or unallowed. which is the online platform for sharing and playing against people in a virtual world, which you can block, and you can set up your own passcode to make sure that a child just can't navigate the settings and change them back to being off. So the world has evolved somewhat, and as I say, because I've got one child who's 8 who does a lot of his gaming with me. We haven't really got any games that in the library that I wouldn't want him to play. Anyway, I haven't got a great call for the controls, but if I'd got an 18-year-old and a 10-year-old, then obviously I'd want to be making sure the 10-year-old didn't put the 18-year-old's games in the console while we weren't looking, etc. So these would be, I could see how these would be fantastic options to be able to take as and when it suits your family to do so.